Hey YouTube, it's Manny. I see on Twitter that a lot of you guys have these awesome setups, especially you streamers. You guys spend a lot of time setting it all up and making it look great. However, when I go and check your streams out, we never see the setup. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I incorporate my entire setup in a Be Right Back scene by using a rear-facing camera. I'll show you how I set it up and everything like that, different options and things for cameras in the back, and then how to actually set it up in OBS. Alright, so now we have a few options for rear-facing webcams. You have the option of hard-mounting one. You can use a tripod, right? Those are kind of the big things. I prefer the hard-mounted one simply because it's not going to get jostled or moved. This is sitting here. If it gets moved around or bumped or something, it's really easy to... I mean, obviously, I get bumped too, but this will get tip over. You can see right now it's already crooked or whatever else. I prefer the hard-mounted one, but you might not have that option. There are lots of different mounts. You can go on Amazon. There's ones that clip on bookshelves and things like that, which might actually work out for you. I also prefer mounting it up higher for a down-low look as opposed to lower and kind of more even level. I happen to have a shelf back here which works out great for me, so this isn't too bad. I used this one for a while. You can see I have a C920 up there. It's a decent webcam. It's older, but it's a really good one. And this is like a cheap $20 one. I'll show you how they both look. The other option you have is your cell phone. So right here is a cell phone clip. It has the same screw in the bottom as the, so you can actually, I actually had it mounted on here for a while. I could also mount it up here and hang it down if I wanted to. If you're going to use your cell phone, you're going to have to install a piece of software called IV-Cam. I have a video on that, and I'll put it in a link to the description below. Shows you how to set up IV-Cam and get it working with OBS. You are going to want to plug this in when you do that, though, because it will drain the battery, and then it won't last long. So, with all that being said, the other issue you're going to have is cord length, right? This is not going to reach across the room to your streaming PC or whatever else. So you're going to need a USB extender. There's two different types. So there's a regular USB 2 extender because these cameras are both USB 2. I have one of those here. However, this one does not work with the cheap camera. It just doesn't. It works fine with the C920, so it works out great for that. For the cheap camera, I actually had to get a USB 3 extender that's powered. So that way it could carry the signal over. Because basically what happened is half the image got cut off, so you need the powered one. And then once you have everything run, you're not going to want to have cable lines hanging down like this. I mean, obviously if it's a tripod, it might be temporary or whatever else. You're just kind of scooching around the room. But if you're going to hard mount it like this, for me, I'm going to go up through this drop down ceiling across down through the wall on the other side. If you don't have that option, for example, you're renting an apartment, another option is to use like raceways. So you can basically just get channels, run the cables in here, hide them in the raceway. And then that, obviously that goes, like I'm not doing it right now, but it goes behind the wall. This is paintable, so you can actually paint it the same color wall. And it'll still be there, but you won't really notice as much. Then you can run it through the carpet or around the side of the room so that in your stream setup you don't actually see it. So that's about it for setting up the rear-facing cameras, the physical part of it. We'll go and let's go set it up in OBS and get it all set up and running there. All right, so here we are in OBS. So the first thing we're going to do is actually create a new scene, right? As I mentioned before, I use this for my Be Right Back screen, so I'll say BRB. We'll add that. Now we're actually going to add our camera, so our video capture device, and create a new one. We'll call it C920. Hit OK. And that's my capture card. We want HD Pro webcam C920. And we're going to say default device, custom. Resolution is 1920 by 1080. And I'll put, all right. So there's our camera. And obviously, there's a couple issues here. Because remember, I have it upside down. It's mounted upside down. So let's go back in here. And there's actually an option to flip vertically. Do that. Now it's flipped vertically. However, horizontally, it's actually the wrong way. It's not the way I want to have it. So what we're going to do is make sure if it's locked, you can't do this. So make sure it's unlocked. Right click on this, go to transform down here and flip horizontally. Now, this is the right angle that I want. So now we can actually lock our webcam. So that's the first webcam. Now we're going to put both webcams in here. We're not going to show them both, but we're going to add another one, video capture device. This is just to show you, we'll call it cheapo. Hit OK. Now in here it's just called webcam.
And then same thing, we're going to change this to custom, and resolution is going to go custom, and resolution is 1920 by 1080. And that should be fine. Boom. Now you can clearly see this one actually is a little, you see the fuzziness in it, as opposed to C920 looks much like it's crisper, it's brighter. So hit them both. So you know, you can see this one's not quite as, and you also see the angle, right? See the different angle that they are. This one's up a little bit, kind of pointed down. This one is, you know, more straight on. So I just like this angle better. What we want to do next is actually add a couple things to it. So we're going to first add, I'm using, I use Stream Elements. Now you can do this in anything else. You can just add images if you have them locally. So we're going to add browser images, and we're going to say BRB scene. All right. I'll say source, BRB source. All right. Okay. And then obviously I gotta include this, which is, copy that. We'll put this in here. We'll change this to 1920, and this is 1080. We'll scroll down and we will delete this. Hit OK. And there you have the Be Right Back that I have. So what we do is we can actually, let's lock it in, show this. Now it's up a little high on this one. I could just, we could angle it like this. And then, you know, it's a little different. But so the idea of this Be Right Back is I have a nice blank wall over here. It's got a pattern on it, but I tried to make something. I made this quickly, and I'll probably make another video on how I made this in Inkscape. But this is just, you know, something that's sort of transparent. Looks like it's actually printed on the wall. I do need to, now that I have the new angle of my webcam, I do have to change this a bit to angle it a little more so that it looks a little more like it's actually on the wall. But that's for a story for another day. So now that we have our BRB back, there's a couple other things we might want to add this. So I'm going to do browser source, new browser source. I'll say notifications, because when you're actually running your Twitch stream, you want to make sure you actually have all your notifications on there as well, so that if you are away, people get to see what people subbed or followed or whatever else. And 1080. 1080. And then once again, get rid of this. We'll hit OK. And now you don't really see anything. We're going to lock it in. So now that we've added the notifications, we can actually test it by saying one subscriber, and boom. There you go. You have my subscription with sound and everything. Looks like it's a little off though. So that's the notification part. The other thing you could do as well is actually add in audio, which would be audio input. I have existing my mic. I'll add this. And now you can see down here is actually commented. So you can see down here, it's actually reading in my mic as well. We can get rid of this. We can even hide it if we wanted to, because we're not going to be recording from the C920. So now we're actually getting our mic input. Now, if you wanted to Be Right Back scene, you didn't, like, say you want to take a phone call, whatever, you can mute this and people aren't going to hear you, even though you can see it's still tracking, it's muted, or I can mute on my Go XLR, one of the options. As I said before, you can see the cheapo cam is a little tough. However, give me 1 second. I'm going to turn all my lights on and actually put the room as I would in streaming. I don't typically have these white lights on, so let me switch everything over, and then you can get a look at how the cheap camera looks. It actually doesn't look too bad once everything's set up right. All right, and we're back. So you can see, like, the image actually looks much better now that I have the lights off. I have the lights up here. You don't see it flickering as much. I still think, and it doesn't look too much different than the Go XLR now that the lights are, the lighting has been changed. And actually, it looks even, if you look, the Go XLR is actually a little fuzzier over here. And this is actually crisper on the wall. You can actually see the shadows better. But, so this is how you set up either one. It doesn't matter which one you want to set up. And that's it. All right, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you consider doing something like this to incorporate those great looking streams. I'd love to see them. I know I personally love seeing people's setups and the environment they're in as they're streaming. To me, it's more personal. I don't typically will watch streams of people that don't have webcams either. It's just something I don't do. I like to see, for me, it's the interaction. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please hit that like button. And let me a comment below. Let me know what you thought, if you have any questions or anything like that about the setup. If you'd like to see more content like this, then smash the subscribe button. And also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'd be happy to answer any additional questions live on stream.
Okay, YouTube, take it easy.